Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Just want to say thank you for watching my previous video. It was just an update of where I've been in the last 4 years. If you haven't seen it yet, then I will leave a link up here and you can get onto that after this video. But today I just thought I'd sit and do my makeup. I haven't played with my makeup in such a long time. I haven't even bought any makeup in the last 4 years. Glamming up has just been wearing a little bit of highlighter for me over the years, but today I have sat down and I've played with literally everything I have at the moment. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. I just want to apologise as well. Whilst I was editing my previous video, I noticed that there's so much background noise. What I was doing was, so I'm currently in my living room right now, and I've got the window to my right hand side. I had placed the camera quite close to the window, and I'm actually based on somewhat of a busy high street. Not a high street, but I've got a really big roundabout not far from where I live. So anytime there's an ambulance or even a bus going by, I didn't realise that you guys would hear it on camera as well. So I do apologise if you've heard that in the previous video. I'm going to try and keep an eye out for those sounds in this one, so hopefully there's no disturbances. Once my bed and mattress and actually I don't need the wardrobe to be there, but as soon as my bed and mattress arrives, I will start filming in the bedroom, which is a little bit quieter than what it is like in the living room here. So I do apologise for that, but I'll be mindful of it in this one. So if you want to see how I got this look, this cranberry burgundy wintry look, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start my routine a little bit differently today. I'm going to start with the eyes. So I'm just using my anti-age eye eraser by Maybelline, and I'm going to lightly prime my eyes. My skin has been prepped already. I've already got my moisturiser on and my eye cream as well. I'm using my Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration brush, and this is the JH08. Just going to blend in my concealer all over my eyelid. Some of you may want to use a beauty blender to blend the eyeshadow in, but I personally prefer the application with a brush, just because I don't use heavy products on my face. I don't use a heavy foundation or a heavy concealer, which means if I want a bit of coverage, a beauty blender is just going to take a little bit of that away, so a brush is better. Now that's done, I'm just going to set the concealer with some eyeshadow. I'm just going to use a neutral base. I'll be using my Morphe 35V palette, and I haven't even used this one yet. This was gifted by my mum, I think quite a few years ago now, over Christmas, but I can't believe I've never used this one. It's so pretty. I'm going to start with using this shade here as the base. I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush, which is in 402, and it's quite a soft brush. Again, it will give me a smooth application. Now, considering I've got quite deep set eyes, the way I can tell is that my brow bone sticks out a lot more than my eyelid. I have done a video on you know, how you can determine your eye shape. I will leave that in the somewhere up here, but I'm going to start with using quite a light shade actually. I'm going for like a burgundy, bronzy, still quite wintry deep look. This palette is great for that because it's got quite a lot of like deeper shades. It's got like some cranberries, it's got some bronzes, some oranges, and a lot of winter shades in the end there as well. I'm going to start with this shade right here, and I'm going to mix it a little bit, only a little bit, with this one here. So I'm just going to use these two shades right here. So I'm just using my Morphe brush again. This is the JH31 brush. This one's quite tapered, so I'm going to use it to sort of buff the colour into my brow bone and the crease as well. I'm going to start with circular motions on the outside and then work it on the inside. I did a video on how to do your eyeshadow on someone like deep set eyes like myself. If you want to have a look at that video, I'll leave a link up here so you can take a look. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but whenever I apply eyeshadow, I feel like I'm much better on one eye than I am the other. My right eye is my preferred, but the left I really focus on it. My coordination just isn't that great on this side, it seems. And now I want to go for something a little bit smaller, so I'm using the JH34 brush. It's still tapered just like the other one, but it is a little bit shorter in bristles. I just want to deepen my crease a little bit more now, so I'm just going to use a darker shade. I will be using this shade right here, mixed in with this one, just because this is a darker purple. I want it to be a little bit cranberry, sort of, I want it to look a little bit on the cranberry side, so I want to mix the darker purple with the sort of, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's like a little bit of a mauvey colour. And again, circular motions, but keeping it quite close to the crease. Once I'm done with the circular motions on the outer corners, I'm just going to slightly swipe in windshield wiper motions to the centre. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to drag it outwards towards the end of my brow. I'm going to go back to the previous brush, take a little bit of the initial colours that I used, and just going to soften it out a little bit. And now you want to take an even smaller brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collaboration, that's JH40, and use a shade that's a little bit deeper. I want to use, I'm kind of torn between either this one here, this one, and this one. They're all really nice colours. The thing with deep set eyes is that your brow bone is going to stick out compared to your eyelid. Now you don't want to put a colour on that's, black or like a really deep brown that's going to sink your eyelid in even more. You want something that will give you that darker, crease, but also not make it look like you've been sort of punched in the eye. So I think I'm going to go with these two colours here because they're on the lighter side of the spectrum. This one's going to be a little bit too dark for me, so it'll just make my eye look just really dark and sort of panderized. This colour here, you just want to focus it on the outer V of your eye. Now I'm going to use this shade right at the bottom there. I was thinking of using this one here, but if you compare the two, this one's got more of a pinky vibe, whereas this one is more sort of coppery, but I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's still got a purple undertone to it. I can't really describe the colour, but it's quite unique actually. So I'm going to just apply that onto my eyelid with my fingers, and then if I need to, I'll perfect it with a brush. Just using my ring finger as the applicator here, and I'm just using a clean JH37 brush. Just want to blend it a little bit. It's just a little bit messy on the outer corners, under here and there, so I'm just going to use a makeup wipe and take that off. I don't want anything too dramatic, so I'm not going to sort of make it a sharp crease at the end. I will be coming back to my eyes and my eyebrows, but I'm just going to move on to the base first, do everything, and then I can sort of focus on the lower lash line as well. My foundation is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation in the shade Golden Toffee. Just going to dab this on, try to cover that spot on my nose, and then using the Jaclyn Hill JH03 brush, which is like a kabuki, I'm just going to blend my foundation in. Do you see what I mean about the texture, or the coverage, sorry? If I had used a beauty blender or any makeup sponge, the coverage wouldn't have been as nice as this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a beauty blender. I used to absolutely love them, and sometimes when I want a lighter sort of skin-like makeup look, then I will use it. But now I just want a little bit more coverage than a beauty blender actually gives me, so this is actually quite nice. It still makes my skin look like skin. With my concealer, I don't use a lot on my chin just because I don't like having a lot of focus there. Actually, I'll come back to my cheeks at the end. Just going to buff out everywhere else. I'm using, by the way, I'm using the JH08 brush, and now concealer. I always sort of pull my concealer downwards rather than just blending it, because it just makes it look more gradient. Just setting in all of the foundation and concealer in place so we can move on to the bronzer. Bronzer, I'm using the Hoola Benefit. Just going to apply it closer to my ears and take it maybe just until where my brow is, or where my brow ends, just because I don't like having it all the way to my lips, or quite close to the centre. I just like defining the sides of my face. I think the way the shape of my face is, it just naturally shows a bit of shadow there anyway, so I don't want to accentuate that even more. So I'm just going to apply some bronzer closer to my ear and brow bone, or where my brows end. Personally, don't like a lot of cream products on my face. I know some people use a cream bronzer and contour sticks, etc., but I just like using a bit of powder. Moving on to blush, I'm just using the Lights of Peach by L'Oreal. It's quite a nice peachy shade. With my JH05 brush, just going to apply it to the apples of my cheek. My favourite highlighter is still the Fenty Killawatt highlighter. This is the Mean Money and Hustla Baby. Using this with a really soft brush because I want it to be quite sort of diffused rather than sharp. I'm going to use this brush, which is the JH06. You see how it's given me just that glowy look that I want and not sort of glam. And then whatever's left, just going to use it on my nose. I just remembered that I forgot to contour my nose. Moving on to brows, I don't remember if I've done a how to do your brows video or how I normally do my brows, but if I have, I'll leave it up here. If not, then I'll film it for you guys one of these days. And then just setting it with my Benefit Clear 24-hour brow setter. We're working with really small brushes for this, so I'm going to start with using the Jaclyn Hill 38 brush, and whatever I've done to the top, I will repeat to the bottom. So just like before, I will be mixing these two shades for the lower lash line. I'm going to go from the outside all the way to the inside. A little bit of a flatter brush, it's the Jaclyn Hill 43. I'm going to use the other two shades, which are these two right here. And then finally you want to take the smallest brush, which is the JH42, or any other kind of even lip brushes I think would work really well, and use something like these two shades. I think I'm going to go with, actually I think I want a more golden sort of tone, so I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to apply it to the inner corners of my eye and a little bit on the brow bone as well. Some people have asked me why I apply highlighter to my brow bone, because obviously if I've got deep set eyes, wouldn't that make it even more pronounced? And the answer to that is I don't apply it all the way. I've seen some people apply it, to the entire brow bone, but I just like putting it to like the highest point of my brow bone. For me, that's right here. So I just want to accentuate that only ever so slightly. I'm not going to apply it, all the way to the inside, which I've seen some people do, but obviously different eye shapes work differently. And now all that's left to do is just some mascara. I am going to do that off screen and I will be right back. So mascara's done. That's just how I'm going to leave my eyes. I'm not going to apply any false eyelashes or eyeliner, just because I have been suffering with my allergies recently and I don't want to make it worse. Putting eyelashes on will just be a nightmare. It's going to take me so long, so many tears, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to move on to lipstick. I am using two lipsticks today. I used to love mixing my lipsticks, and this one is the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte in 636. This is sort of my everyday go-to lipstick. I'm not going to start with this one. Instead, I am going to start with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lipstick, and this is Lovebug. This one's too red, too dark, so I think I'm going to use the colour Riche lipstick now. That's my makeup look. So if you enjoyed watching this video, then please give it a thumbs up. I definitely did. I haven't played with makeup in forever. It's been 4 years since I've played with any kind of makeup, and even when I've done that, it's just been a simple look, or it's just been, normally I don't even wear highlighter. But yeah, if you liked it, then give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I will be doing more of these videos where I'm just playing with makeup, and you know, you guys can let me know what you'd like to see as well. Leave some suggestions in the comments below too. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.